Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'll be trying the new peach collection from Too Faced, and this collection I believe launched early this year in the US, but recently in Australia and New Zealand it launched yesterday. So yesterday was July the 31st. So I'm filming this video right now on the 1st of August. So I picked up two products from the line. One is the White Peach eyeshadow palette. The packaging is very cute, very luxurious, and then these are the shades right here. Now the other palette that they have is the mattes, which consists of more of a warm peachy cranberry shades. I did not pick that palette up because I already own majority of the shades, and I feel like this White Peach palette is a lot better because you have a dual chrome shades and then a mixture of mattes, which can be great for a day to night look. I love the mirror that it comes with, and it's just a very good palette. This one retails for $71 New Zealand, which is very expensive for a Too Faced product, but what can you do? At least we have this. And this multi-dimensional eyeshadow palette is infused with peach and sweet fig cream, which smells like candies, but personally for me, I'm not really one for smell. I mainly like this eyeshadow palette for the colors. Another product that I picked up is the popular Peach Perfect Matte Foundation. I got the shade Warm Beige, which is a little bit lighter because right now it's winter time and I definitely lost a little bit of my tan, even though I'm basically tan all year round. But anyway, I will be doing a first impression video dedicated on this foundation. I wanted to do it today, but the thing is it's quite late in the afternoon. There's no point for me in trying this foundation. I really want to put this to the test because it says that it is a 14-hour wear, so stay tuned for that review. We're going to focus more on the palette. Now I've already applied my base and my eyeshadow base as well, so we're going to dive into the palette. When you open the palette, it smells phenomenal, and actually I swatched this today and I washed my hands already and the smell still lingers. So we are going to finger swatch some of the shades. This shade right here, which is Peach Passion, really calls my name, and oh my god, that is so pretty. And I have this glistening peach, oh my god, and the peach eyes. So the Peach Passion, which is this one right here, and peach eyes, when you swatch it, it's a little bit gritty, but look at that pigment though. Isn't that pretty? That glistening peach looks very pretty, but I'm more drawn into the Peach Passion. I feel like that's the main reason why I purchased this palette. So now onto the mattes. We have this one right here, which is your base, your usual base. So that's Peach Cream. Oh, they're very soft. This transition shade right here, which is Peach Sorbet. And then we have the Peach Suede, and on the grill, and these are the swatches. They are very smooth and buttery, and they're quite pigmented. Well, that swatch was terrible, but they're actually quite pigmented. The reason why I'm not really into swatching eyeshadows is because it could totally translate differently on the eyes. To start off, we are going to use the shade right here called Peach Cream on a flat brush and basically set our, ooh, that's so pigmented. So we're going to set our eyes. I can't believe that this collection just launched in New Zealand. I think they're trying to get this collection up just before springtime because obviously the colors are more geared towards spring, summer, which is quite nice. So that peach cream is quite pigmented and it's a tad bit powdery. So there's like some powders on the side, but it doesn't really bother me because that just means that it's blendable. So now I am going to pick up a fluffy brush. So this one is from Sedona Lace, and I am going to use, maybe I'll use Peach Suede, which is that one right there. It has a lot of kick up, as you can see. But it's a nice shade. So I'm going to basically put that all over my lids because the color doesn't really show up that much on my lids. I think because of my skin color. Peach Suede looks like that on my eyes, but I want to make it a little bit darker. So I think I am going to use the shade right here called Sweet Fig, and I am going to use a rather smaller blending brush to really get that into the crease. That shows up a little bit more of a pink purple shade on my eyes, but when you look at it in the pen, it looks very muted. So I am going to go and use this Peach Sorbet, and I am going to just run that on top of everything else. I think I am going to go and use the shade On the Grill to deepen up the outer V. Ooh, that's very pigmented. So I'm going to stamp that. And take that a little bit inward. And I'm going to take a clean, smaller crease brush to blend. And I'm going to take the same brush and I am going to go back to Sweet Fig again to blend that darker shade that we put, which is called On the Grill. I am going to go back to the Peach Sorbet earlier in a fluffy brush and blend everything. And I will also dip the same brush into the Peach Suede, which is that one right there. So this eyeshadow is more of a cool tone palette, which I personally don't mind because I feel like most of my palettes are already warm tone. I will use this shade right here called Pink Passion because oh my god, it's calling my name. So I am going to try and pick it up with my ring finger. It has flecks of pink and green and purple glitters, which I really like. And as the name states, it's multi-dimensional. I'm going to pick up a synthetic brush to get under crease. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And I think I am going to put a little bit of the glistening peach, which is this one right here. Maybe a little bit on top. See how we go. Ooh. Oh my god, that just put something in there. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to use this shade called Peach Eyes, which is literally silver. Now for the lower lash line, I am going to go and use the Peach Suede once again and just put that underneath. And then I'm going to use Sweet Fig again to add a little bit of purple. Then on a smaller brush, I'm going to use the shade On the Grill on the outer corner. I actually want to put a little bit of something on the lower lash line. So I think I am going to go and use the glistening peach again and put that like over here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Peach Passion in the middle. Mind you, this palette has a little bit of fallout, so just be careful of that. So I suggest you do your eyeshadow when you use the palette before proceeding on your base makeup. So I will just quickly pop on some false lashes, and then I'll come back to share with you my thoughts and possibly some dupes that I have in my collection if you don't want to spend $70 on this eyeshadow palette. This is what the makeup looks like with false lashes on. I actually really like it, though I wanted the inner corner to pop a little bit more. So I am going to go and probably use this shade called Peaches and Dreams. Because I feel like the peach eyes is a little bit chunky, so I needed like a base. Whereas this one is more of a smooth, shimmery shade. And I am going to go back and use the peach cream. And just, oh wow, highlight the brow bone. Now for the lips, I am going to pop on this Ofra lip liner, and this one is in the shade Wine. And then I'm going to use the Nishido Ultra Matte lip color in Dirty Talk. And on top of that, I am going to use this Velour Lips Matte lip cream from Australis in the shade Perry. Here is my final makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now my verdict on this White Peach palette: one, the packaging is on point. It looks like a cute evening clutch. The smell is very nice, though it can get a little bit overpowering, especially when you're blending your eyeshadows. You can taste it a little bit. The shades, however, are great. This is more of a cool tone eyeshadow shade, so it's more of like a bolder day night out look. I hope that makes sense. My favorite shade would have to be this Peach Passion right here, which pulls off a little bit of purple and pink on the eye, as well as this glistening peach. So I probably will do another tutorial using that. The rest are okay, you know, like the basic stuff. I personally love the shade Peach Suede and this Sweet Fig. I have not played with Peach Smoothie, so I don't know what it's like. Peach Eyes is great, though it's a little bit gritty and the pigment does not really stick on my eyes unless I have a shadow primer. But all in all, this palette is actually great. Now I kind of wish I got the matte version, which has more of like a peachy, cranberry, and just red tones. But then again, I looked in my collection and I found two eyeshadow palettes that actually possess basically the same shades as the Too Faced Velvet Matte eyeshadow. I think that's what it's called. So the first one is this eyeshadow palette from Australis, and this is the Neutralized palette. And this is like a great warm eyeshadow palette. So you have the lighter shades, and you actually have a black in here, as well as the more of like that cranberry shade, the orange, the reds. So this is another great alternative, and this is only $23. The one that I thought of when I first saw the Too Faced eyeshadow palette was this one right here, and this is my old palette. So this is the Chi Chi Spices palette, and honestly, you have everything in this palette. So you have your like shimmer shades and gold shades and the bases and whatnot. So it's basically somewhat identical to the Too Faced Peach eyeshadow palette. That's why I purchased the White Peach instead. Funnily enough, I actually find a closer dupe to this palette. So this is the new eyeshadow palette from Maybelline. This is from their Total Temptation range. So these are the colors. You totally get the peachy vibe because you have these transition shades and then warm, and then if you go over this side you actually have that mauvey shade which the white peach palette had. So I'll put them side by side for you guys so you see what I mean. So if you look at the shades of the palette, you can see somewhat a similarity, except for those two standout shades from the Too Faced palette, which is the Peach Passion and the Glistening Peach. But the rest are basically identical. So if you don't have extra dollar to purchase this eyeshadow palette, especially if you live in New Zealand, I would highly go for the Total Temptation eyeshadow palette from Maybelline, because honestly they have mostly exactly the same shade and they're only $22, $23 compared to a $71 eyeshadow palette. But if you want to splurge, no judgment here, you do you. That's it for my first impression / review on this Too Faced White Peach palette. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.